Welcome back to another Millennial in Debt video. Today we are talking about these 6 smartest purchases that you can make in your 20s to set you up for your 30s. Since I am in my 30s, I think I have a little bit of expertise now. Alright, so let's jump right into it. If you are not subscribed, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below and turn on the notifications so you get the first notice whenever I upload a video every single Friday. Alright, so the first purchase that I'm very adamant on people making, it is a very smart purchase, a very smart investment, is in really good kitchenware. As someone who just moved out of their parents' home for the first time at the beginning of this year, I know the draw that comes with buying a $5 like spoon or a $3 spoon at Walmart or Target, whatever. I know and I understand, but it is really important for you to realize, especially as you're getting into your 30s and 40s, how important it is to buy things that will last or stand the test of time. So I always have been like a person who's like, okay, the cheapest one is the best one and it's fine, quality is fine, doesn't matter. And having to replace things constantly, I end up spending more money than if I had just bought a more quality item in the long run. So invest in a really good Dutch oven, invest in crock pots, invest in slow cookers, invest in cast iron. Cast iron skillets have changed the game for me. They've changed my life, but they're also very expensive. And I went the route of buying a cheap one, a cheap frying pan and a cheap cast iron from Walmart, and it like peeled as I was like flipping eggs. Right? So if you can afford it or just save up over time to purchase a higher quality item for your kitchen that will last years and years and years. My mother has items in her kitchen that she's been using for 10, 15, 20 years, and it'll save you money and just heartbreak in seeing like your food come up with like the pan. The next thing, or the next smart purchase that you can make in your 20s and 30s along the lines of buying really good kitchenware, I guess it's not the same line, but buying staple, timeless pieces for your wardrobe. Now, that includes things like suits, dress shoes, coats for the winter. Those are items that you really want to spend the extra dollar or buy a higher quality amount in your 20s, because like I said, fast fashion, that was my jam in my 20s. I loved Forever 21. I loved all those other stores, Fashion Nova and that Pretty Little Thing, and I still shop there from time to time. But when I'm buying important pieces in my wardrobe, I like to make sure that I'm buying a quality item that I know will last for a long time. Like I've had my winter coat for almost 5 years. I'm pulling it out for the 6th winter, as opposed to like the little Forever 21 coats that I would buy that would last me a year or two maybe, and then they'd get like holes in them and just wouldn't do what I wanted them to do for the winter. So invest in staple, timeless pieces for your wardrobe that you might have to spend a little more money on. You might have to spend a little more money on a suit. You might have to spend a little more money on a dress or shoes, but you can wear those to interviews. You can wear those to weddings. You can wear those to parties. You can wear them to so many things for such a long period of time that it'll end up paying you back, essentially, right? So if I buy something for $1,000, I like to believe that I'm going to use it 1,000 times or more. That's just my thought process. The third thing that is going to make or break pretty much your 20s and 30s is a mattress. Now, take it from someone, again, who lived at home with their parents. I had whatever mattress I had from like teenage years, whatever. And I guess it was fine. I mean, my back isn't broken. But when I moved on my own, I was very adamant about buying a quality, high-end mattress because I like to sleep, and sleep is very important to me, and sleep is very important to your growth and your renewal and how you wake up the next day and your productivity. So I didn't want to buy, I don't want to say cheap, but I didn't want to buy a mattress that really wouldn't stand the test of time. And I like a warranty, so if something goes bad, I like to say, give me my money or give me a new item. But you really do want to look into the mattress that you're getting. You sleep on that thing every single day. You're going to have it for a long period of time. I don't know anyone who replaces their mattresses once a year. So invest in a quality mattress in your 20s. Your back will thank you. Your skin and your body will thank you when you wake up from a really great night's sleep. So don't skimp on buying a really good mattress. It's really crucial and important to like your life. Right? The fourth smart purchase that you want to make in your 20s is set yourself up for a really good 30s and 40s. And this is more for my business people or my entrepreneurs, which I know there are many, many, many of you that follow me. And I love y'all. You want to invest in turning yourself into an LLC, especially if you are a freelancer, for a couple of reasons. So when Charles & Tresses and Millennial In Debt started to pick up and take off, my best friend Shakira, who's also my business partner and is also a lawyer, really made a good point that we are being seen more, and our products and our information are going around the internet much further. So it's important to protect our money, like our own individual money from our jobs. In case we get into a legal issue, they can't come after us, they would come after the LLC. It's great for tax time, and it's just really good if you're a freelancer. It's very straightforward. It also gives you a more professional look. So becoming an LLC and investing in having an accountant for our brand, investing in having a lawyer for our brand for trademarking. Yes, it's like, oh, do you really need it? It's expensive, but I can't stress enough how little headache I have when dealing with the legality and tax breakdown of our brand, because we decided to make that investment early on instead of later. Number 5 smart purchase. You really, and I know I'm rolling my eyes on myself, you need to invest in smart quality electronics. Now that goes from everything from a computer to a phone, to a camera, whatever you're using that's a part of your daily life, whether it's for your business, whether it's for school, whether it's for work, you need to make sure those electronics work and will last you a while. Because if you go the cheapy route, you're going to be having to replace these things over and over and over again. And the sun is shifting because daylight savings, so I apologize if I'm getting dark. I'm wrapping this up anyway. So I recently in 2019 bought a new MacBook Pro to replace my MacBook Air, which nothing was really wrong with my MacBook Air. It just wasn't built for the life that I was trying to live, not only on my teacher side of my life, but also editing video, editing pictures, and all the other stuff that I do on the side. My computer just couldn't keep up with the demand, and it was slowing down my productivity. So I invested in a very expensive computer because I needed to do work. Same thing with my cameras. I like to beat my electronics down to the ground, and I didn't want my camera to not be able to keep up with my life. So I bought an 80D last year, and I'm thinking about switching into like full frame and smaller because I travel and things like that. But you want to make sure your phone is not glitching out. You want to make sure your computer's working. You want to make sure you have like USB storage cards and like all these things, because electronics go bad, and the last thing you want to do is be trying to steal a deal or something for your business and your computer like crashes. The last and final smart purchase for your 20s and 30s, and it's more of kind of like an experience, but you need to travel. It's something that we all want, but I do feel like it's something we also need. And it doesn't need to be these huge, big, extravagant trips to like wherever. You could travel around your city, travel around your state. Don't just stay in one place because you're like, oh, I shouldn't buy this bus ticket, or shouldn't buy this train ticket, or shouldn't buy this plane ticket. I think the best things that I've ever done in my 20s was go see the world. And no one can take those experiences from me. I can always make more money, but I can't have those same experiences that I've had in my 20s. So if you are on the fence about buying that plane ticket, sis or bruh, buy it, because travel and seeing the world and meeting new people and experiencing new cultures, it is something that is just so... Someone's walking by the street. It is something that is just so fundamentally amazing and everyone deserves. So those are the 6 best purchases that I made that you should make in your 20s and your 30s. And I am out. Catch you in the next video as I fade to black.